What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about what I think might be the most broken attachment ever. I mean, we've had some pretty broken attachments in the past, but with Season 4 release yesterday, they said they increased the movement speed with taped grip by 5%. Turns out it can be dramatically more than 5% on certain guns, and it varies based on the gun. We're going to go over how it works today, but it's pretty insane. Moral of the video, you should probably just put tape grip on all of your guns just so you can get around the map faster. But let's jump into it. I want to actually show you guys the testing for this and explain what it means and what I'm going to do on TGD for it. All right, so I've got the video looping in the background of my testing. You can see the timer on the screen. Basically, that number you're seeing is the count of frames to move 10 meters. So all I do is ping something and then move. Movement speed's really accurate calculation. I can get plus or minus literally the same frame, like it's less than 1 frame of error. You'll see a couple of these are off by like 1 frame, but I mean that's literally 1 frame across, you know, up to like 300 frames. So it's super accurate. But yes, so you can see in the background here, movement speed repeatedly for every single gun that has taped grip is always 103 frames. So the number on the left is like a multiple of 60 frames, and then the number on the right is the current frame itself. So this is ADS movement speed for the Kar 98. So we have 5 times 60 plus 11 frames there. This is movement speed, and you'll see every single time movement speed, no matter what gun it is always 143 or 142, and then ADS movement speed is always 510. So I can calculate out the frames from that, and it turns out that taped grip right now, it has to be bugged across all weapons. Just literally gives you that movement speed. It doesn't work like a multiplier. It just literally sets the movement speed and the ADS movement speed and the sprint speed to these specific numbers. So I tested all of this across all these different weapons. And basically what I'm going to do on TGD is I'm going to go write a little script that'll go through and look at the base value for the gun, look at the set value that comes from taped grip, and then it'll calculate what the multiple would be to get to that. So it'll be really clear which guns get how much benefit from this. Obviously they all get a lot of benefit because you get just insane movement speed from this. But that's my plan. Anyway, let's go look at the numbers real quick and see how fast this actually is. All right, so let's look at the numbers real fast. This is just a boring spreadsheet, but we've got guns I tested here, and then the frame counts. Like I said, these were either 103 or 104. It was plus or minus 1 frame, literally. So it was super accurate and consistent testing between all these different weapons. Basically, you can see this is the final movement calculation. So final speed in this row. So for movement, if you put taped grip on there, you get 5.82 meters per second movement, no matter what gun you're using, whether it's the heaviest LMG in the game. You'll still get 5.82 meters per second, which is just insane. I went through and compared that to the fastest base gun in the game, and it was approximately 17% faster than the fastest base gun in the game, which was just one of the SMGs. So you can make an LMG, big chunky LMG, have 17% faster movement speed than the fastest base SMG in the game just by putting taped grip on it. ADS movement's interesting. It actually slows your ADS movement down in some cases and speeds it up in other cases depending on the gun. But it sets it to a really low number. So 1.94 meters per second is a very low ADS movement speed. And again, that was consistent across all the different weapons. So compared to the fastest ADS base movement speed in the game, that was about 43% slower. So this can dramatically slow down certain guns, especially the SMGs. Your ADS movement's going to be very slow compared to what it would be without this. Sprint speed gets set to 7.59 meters per second. This was 79 frames, and compared to the fastest gun in the game, the fastest base gun in the game, that's about 8% faster. And then just for my sake, just to make sure that these things were stacking appropriately, I went and tested the Blixen with the maximum speed with the taped grip on there just to see how things stacked. Made sure things worked out the way they should, and they did, so it still stacks the same as before. I got 10.34 meters per second tack sprint, so that's pretty crazy high velocity there. And then 8.57 meters per second sprint speed. So again, just ridiculous movement speeds. We've never even come close to these numbers before. Like I literally just made this video the other day about the fastest movement speed, and it was like 8.5 meters per second tack sprint or something like that. And now we can get over 10 with multiple different SMGs. Like there's a bunch of different SMGs that can do this. So directly after this video, I'm going to go update TGD, writing that little script that'll calculate the percentage based on the base values for the gun. And then I'll get that live. And we'll also be pushing the new best stats tool live very soon, so you'll be able to see this factored into that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in this video. Taped grip's insane. It also helps with weapon swap speed, sprint to fire speed, ADS speed. It's just a ridiculously good attachment. By far the best in the slot right now. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.